Good morning, guys. So this is hopefully a little video to explain how I do my readings. A lot of people ask me, how can you do my readings without me being present? And this is my attempt to explain a little bit about what it is like being a medium, and why I can do the readings that I do the way in which I do them. So the first thing that I'm just going to briefly explain is exactly what it is that makes a medium different than an intuitive reader or a psychic reader, because a lot of people ask that. Oftentimes they get confused on exactly what a medium is. So the easiest way for me to explain this is you have energy that's all around you. First thing, you have your own aura, your own energy that you put out. Imagine little bubbles like all around you. I'm always using this reference because it's easy. You have every thought that you have, every feeling you have, every experience. Your energy is like all around you. These little bubbles. Just imagine them. Like your little ideas go off in this little bubble here, and your experience with something here. Here it is. When you are around someone that has intuitive abilities, psychic abilities, they have the ability to kind of grasp those bubbles. So yes, when you're face to face with somebody, when you're sitting in person and you're having a reading with someone, it can be easy to do that, to grasp those bubbles and to tell you what it is that the person, that I'm grabbing from you. And yes, it's easy to be in the presence of somebody and have, and see things kind of around you. Again, seeing all these little bubbles and being able to grasp them and read them. And it is true, I'm not going to lie, it can be very easy to do a reading with people that, are expressing their feelings and emotions during the reading. So there's always this thing of people like, they want true, authentic reading. Okay, well, one of the truest, authentic ways of doing a reading is by not being present. And when people can read things about you without being present, there's a lot of validity to that. So, you're not reading how you look, how you're dressed, your mannerisms, how you're responding, because all of us are intuitive to that human condition that we all exude. Okay. So the thing about being a medium is mediums have the ability to, yes, pull all those little bubbles, but above those bubbles, okay, so above your energy are the spirits that walk with you in your life, your past loved ones, your own personal spirit guides that walk with you, the personal spirits that walk with myself. The way that I describe it is like my people and your people are having a conversation, and they're telling me what that conversation is. So mediumship is talking to the spirits that walk with you directly. That's where the information's coming from. It's not necessarily coming from the little bubbles that are all around you. Mediumship is telepathic. So as soon as you decide to have a reading with me, your people are already coming to me. They already know, and it is bizarre. It's the weirdest thing, but it's true. When I'm heading out for a private case, when I'm heading out for an investigation, location I've never been to, it is not uncommon for me to have visits before. I will be driving there and I will have people popping in my car. When I'm heading off to do a gallery, I will have people already visiting me, because telepathically they know that you have an appointment and with me. So the two styles of doing readings that I do really have just come about for probably 20 years now, of just the natural way in which I would attempt to do them. I love writing. I've always been a writer. I write often, not as often as I would like, but I have always loved writing. And being a medium that I'm very clairaudient. And what I mean by clairaudient is I'm physically listening to the spirit talking to me. So in order to do that, it's important for me to be able to shut off my outside distractions. I always found that, sitting with people face to face can be very distracting because oftentimes you can spend half the time just in chit chat. And my goal is to kind of tune out the chit chat and to tune out the sounds and the surroundings so that I can listen to what your spirits are saying to me and be able to tell you that. The other thing too for me is naturally being a writer, I will hear channeled messages from, higher energies or from your loved ones that are easy for me to type out. And I always felt way back in the beginning when I started doing my online chat that it would be nice for people to have a document that you could go back in and you could read what your loved ones was saying to you, or you could read your spirit guide's message to you in writing form, because it's one thing when you say something to somebody, but it's another thing when what you say they can read. It can be even more powerful than hearing it. When you're reading it, it's like it's there. I have many people that enjoy rereading their readings and have messaged me that they still find a lot of comfort long after the reading has been done in rereading it. So that was one of the other reasons why I started to do the online chat. The other reason was that I never really knew exactly where it would be. I didn't have an office space. I didn't have a place for people to come and have readings with me. My events that I host, oftentimes I don't have the ability and the time to do readings. So this was a way for me to create that opportunity. So when I say an online written chat, what I mean is it would be setting up an appointment, and it may be something that would be done over Facebook Messenger, any type of chat format. Google Hangouts, Yahoo has one. So there's like all kinds of ways that, like an instant chat. I sit down, we make the appointment. This is like your presence is needed to be at your computer at the time. And there's really nothing for you to do. What I do is I'm listening and I'm typing to you what it is that's coming forward. And then we have a conversation. I'll be describing somebody that's coming forward. I'll be typing it out. This is what they're saying to me. And then you would be responding with, the validation of that making sense. And we go from there. It's a very natural conversation. You're in your space. Excuse me. I'm in mine. I also found too that this was less intimidating for people. When a lot of times people have a lot of emotional things that are coming forward and they don't feel comfortable crying in front of somebody. I'm often crying during readings because I feel so much that's coming and hits me that this was also a natural thing for me to be in my space and for you to be in yours. So that is how I've done my readings for, I think it's been 20 years now that I've been doing them. And the only thing that you have to do is just we set up the time and we meet in the chat. I have never enjoyed doing phone readings. I've done a couple of them. I think because I'm so clairaudient that I've never liked the phone in general. I've never been the girl that chatted on the phone with all of her girlfriends. So for me, that is the most unnatural way of doing a reading. I've had people, can we do it FaceTime? Can we do it Zoom? To me, that feels less personal, but I'm not opposed to putting somebody, making the phone call and it being a video chat, but I'm still going to be kind of tuning you out and listening to what I'm doing, and I might even still be writing. The thing that I've wanted to explain to people is don't shy away from having a mediumship reading done this way that's not in person, because it's different than how you've never had it done that way. It is just as authentic. It's just as validating as if we were face to face. If anything, I think it's more, because like I said, it's the distractions that can get in the way. I've often said to people, it is important to honor all of us in how we do things and what makes us unique and different in ourselves. And I have said to people before that this is the style of how I do my readings. You wouldn't ask an artist who paints with oils to paint with watercolors. That's not their method. That's not their talent. They paint with oils. They know the oils. They know that's what they use. And they're not familiar with the colors and the style of doing watercolors. So oftentimes I do say that to people. This is the style that I've done for a long time. And I don't do readings like somebody else does. I do them the way that I do based on my own personal strengths and talents being a medium. The other way in which I do readings is my runestone readings. And the runestones people love having because that truly is, there's something unique in what the stones will say. I often describe them as having a window into your knowing self. And what I mean by that is, so the runes go back into the Viking time period. I won't go through a whole tutorial about the rune stones, but the symbols have meanings. And the wisdom that comes from how, when I drop the stones, the layout of the symbols that are showing, what they mean, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, there's something very unique about that. I do tune in to mediumship a little bit before I drop the stones, but the beauty is that you don't need to be present at all. And again, being a medium, that's the benefit. So you want to have a runestone reading, and it's something that you need some insight to what's going on in your life right now. Like you need your own personal motivational pep talk, or you need some clarity to what you've got going on in your life. We set up the appointment and you go about your day. I will voice record the reading. I sit down, I tune into your energy, your spirits, and your information is already coming to me. So I tune in and I drop the stones and I voice record the reading. And then I will send it to you in an audio clip. You have that you can listen to whenever you want. You can listen to it in your own time, your own space. You don't have to change your work schedule. You don't have to try to figure out how to get to me. And people have loved that because all that I know is your name. I won't know anything really about you unless you tell me that. But most times people will book a runestone reading. They will email, I'll get the notification, and then I'll respond to you and we will set up, okay, I'm going to do it on this day. And oftentimes I just have your email and your first name. I don't know your age. I don't know who you are. I don't even know where you live. And then I do the reading. So a lot of people like that. I am going to have in-person readings because I do know a lot of people still want to come and see me physically at the farmhouse in Ware. I am going to start that in May, and I will have set schedule that I'll be there twice a week. People can come and book, and I can do runestone readings or mediumship readings, and you can come. Periodically, I will travel places. So sometimes, keep a track of my Facebook, because a lot of times if I'm going to a location, I might do a day of reading somewhere. But I spend so much time traveling as it is that I'm really wanting to have like a home base of, I'll be at the farmhouse. These are the 2 days. And you can book to come see me, but it's not necessarily. The other question that I get asked is, will I get a better reading if we're face-to-face or in the online chat? And honestly, I can't really say because every reading is different. Every gallery is different. For me personally, I think that my online chat is more authentic in the sense of that I can tune out everything and listen more to what's coming forward for you. But I've had in-person readings that I can completely I'm basically trying to ignore you. I think that's why, to me, it feels impersonal, because I'm trying to ignore you so that I can really hear and listen to what's being said to me. But in all truthfulness, I don't think that anyone is better than the other. I really don't. And that's why I wanted to do this video, to just give you some insight that you don't have to have in person to get a true, authentic reading. So, check it out. I do describe my readings also on my my website, KarenTatro.com, and hope that this gives a little bit of insight to into how I do them, and to not be afraid to book a runestone reading or a mediumship reading with me. So thank you, and have yourself a great day.